bump the thing.
I know. I'm trying not to.
You say I know like you don't bump the tripod.
Did I bump it?
No.
There you go.
You said that like it was ridiculous of me to fathom that you could ever bump the tripod leg.
Today was the first time I didn't bump the tripod, I think. Hey guys, I'm Anna.
And I'm Brian.
And we are
Those Annoying Vegans.
Today we felt like gorging on salad.
Oh, I love salad.
Salad is one of Brian's favorite foods ever.
It is. I love tomatoes, I love cabbage, I love kale and arugula and onion and carrots and cucumber.
We love all the veggies. What we don't love about salad is that most salad dressing contains vegetable oil, and since we've been doing our best to reduce our oil intake, we thought we'd show you how to make your own oil-free dressing at home.
That's right. Now, we made 3 of our favorite flavors, one with a mango base, one with an avocado base, and one with lemon, garlic, and tahini.
It's really simple, guys. Just throw all the ingredients in your blender, your NutriBullet, whatever you have, hit the button, et voila.
And, as always, this recipe is delicious, affordable, and very easy to make.
So let's make it.
Let's make it. Oh boy!
Look how pretty! It's so Instagram worthy.
Here's what we didn't show you how to make. The salad part. Well, you guys can make whatever salad you want.
Yeah. You know what we forgot?
What?
Where's the thing? Hemp hearts! Doo-doo-doo. And we would be putting flax powder on these if we hadn't run out.
Yep.
We're
out of flaxseed. #vegan problems.
Here is our mango dressing. Here is our tahini and lemon dressing. And here is our avocado dressing. They're creamy. For the mango dressing salad, we put together a little bowl of mixed greens, dried mission figs, pistachios, unsalted, raw, shaved carrots, celery, and hemp seeds. And for the avocado dressing salad, a little bit of mixed greens as well, tomatoes, snap peas, jalapenos, sunflower seeds, and hemp seeds. And for the tahini dressing salad, we put together some mixed greens, some white cabbage, purple cabbage, cooked lentils, cucumbers, dried cranberries, and hemp seeds.
You can also add water to the mango dressing if you want, like if you want it a little bit thinner, but we didn't really find the need for it. It pours pretty well.
Shall we?
Ooh, bon appetit!
Bon appetit!
Let's get a little jalapeno in there.
Oh my god.
Woo!
This is amazing.
I like the jalapeno kick in the avocado dressing. It's really good.
This is good. Try.
Wow.
Right? We made sure that our tahini did not have any added oil.
Nope.
It has natural oil from the sesame seeds.
That's the only thing that's in it.
Yeah, literally ingredients say tahini, ground whole organic sesame seeds. C'est tout. Trader Joe's.
Yeah, it's like peanut butter except with sesame seeds. If you take peanuts and grind them up, you've got peanut butter. And then if you add palm oil and sugar and a bunch of other unpronounceable ingredients, you have big corporation peanut butter. But you don't need it.
So what are we talking about today?
We're talking about the fact that veganism It's not a zero-sum game. If you're searching around the YouTubes a lot, like we tend to do, you might find non-vegans may argue with you that, well, you can't prevent every single instance of animal suffering, and thus eating meat and dairy and eggs and seafood is fine because there's animals suffering for this reason. It kind of makes it sound like it has to be all or nothing.
We see it more directed to other vegans as, I guess, a personal attack. True, animals die during harvesting. So we're just gonna go ahead and eat meat anyway, because what the hell?
We'll just add to that death and suffering.
Guys, the point of being vegan is to do the best that we can do.
It's not about reducing suffering to zero. That would be nice.
It's not a competition either.
No. And that's kind of how we treat our consumption of oil. You know, try to reduce it. If you can get it to zero, that's great, but just try to reduce it. And the number one way that we used to consume a lot of oil back when we were baby vegans was to saute our veggies in oil.
Yeah, saute everything in oil.
It's common though. Use a little dab of olive oil in the pan, little onion, little garlic. That's how a lot of recipes start. We just use veggie stock now. Yeah. Simple. Just cut that part out because that's possible, that's practicable, that's reasonable. We make our own veggie stock now with our veggie scraps, and we show you guys how to do it too. We don't say like, well, it's impossible to reduce your oil consumption entirely, so just drink a gallon of olive oil. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
In terms of your own personal health, as long as you're not harming another living being, that's when it actually does become a personal choice. We've heard that argument too, right? People say, well, you eat a vegan diet, that's your choice, and I eat my diet, and that's my choice, and it's a personal choice. Which is true in terms of the health aspect, like if you would like to eat food that's not good for you,
that's your choice, I suppose.
That's your choice. But if that food requires another sentient being to suffer for it, then it ceases to be a choice.
So you might be wondering, like, what's so bad about oil? We've been told olive oil is good for us and coconut oil. If you'd like more info on that, Dr. Michael Clapper has a great video on why it's not.
Basically, it breaks down to the fact that oil is super, super, super high in omega-6s and not all that high in omega-3s. And our ratio of omega-6s to omega-3s is out of control. We touched upon that in a previous video. We'll link that down in the description if you want to check that out too. It's kind of like sugar. People always bring up refined sugar. That's bad, right? As soon as you say carbs, people go, well, hold on, soda, candy, white table sugar? What are you talking about? Talking about carbs? Yes, they are carbohydrates, but
refined carbohydrates.
Refined. We recognize that, right? Because certain plant foods have sugar in them, but we as humans found a way to pull the sugar out and then sprinkle it on everything. That's probably not good. Same thing with vegetable oil. There's oil in certain plant foods, and we found a way to extract it and bottle it and dump it all over our vegetables, which is probably not the best way to consume your oil.
Speaking of sugar, by the way, Good Morning America has been on a roll with their little health segments. They had some nutritionists. They were going through 3 different health myth buster things. And they asked the audience, do you think the acai bowl has just as much sugar as the donuts? And the answer was true. It has as much sugar as the donuts. And the nutritionist was like, yeah, you just gotta be careful what goes in that acai bowl, as she's pointing to the acai bowl full of fruits and these 3 donuts. These 2 sugars are not the same because one is coming from whole plant foods and one is coming from
a donut.
Crap. One is way more nutritionally dense than the other. We have to look at the big picture here. It's refined sugar versus naturally occurring sugar.
Yeah, and when you eat fruit, you also get like vitamins and minerals and fiber and a whole bunch of other things that come with the fruit.
That your body requires. What are you going to run better on? A bowl of acai with a bunch of fruit or 3 donuts? That's where misinformation starts because they painted the picture in better not go crazy with those acai bowls, you know, this trend that's going around because sugar.
Would you rather feed your kids donuts in the morning or would you rather feed them fruit in the morning? And I'm not talking about orange juice, I'm talking about fruit.
Right.
Just the whole fruit. And furthermore, I find it hilarious that donuts and potato chips and French fries, they get thrown into this same category as potatoes because carbs, right?
Yeah.
They're high carb. No, they're not.
As a matter of fact.
They aren't.
Let me show you.
Potato chips, for example, high carb, right?
1 serving contains 5% of your daily value of carbs and 14% of your daily value of fat.
There you go. You know why?
Because the second ingredient is vegetable oil.
Same thing with French fries.
But by all means, throw these in your salad. Pistachios, like my favorite nut in the world.
Yeah.
These have fat, but it is pistachio fat.
Yeah. And you're eating the whole pistachio. And it's raw, they're not salted, they're not roasted or anything.
So I guess our message today is do the best you can.
Yeah.
We've noticed people getting really, really angry at our mukbang.
That's to be expected.
Of course.
When you're rebutting another video on YouTube.
That's completely fine and natural, and we welcome it. It's funny because some people might think we've never encountered these types of discussions before, and they're not new.
Arguments against veganism tend to go in the hypothetical direction. Meanwhile, the actual practice of veganism lives in a real world scenario. As vegans, it's our responsibility to stay in the real world. If you had to choose between killing a cow or killing a human being, which would you kill? That's an argument I actually made before I went vegan. And the answer is I'm not in a position where I need to kill a cow or kill a human, so it's irrelevant. Well, what if you lived in a part of the world where you had to eat meat to survive? Then would you eat meat to survive? Well, I don't live in a part of the world where I have to eat meat to survive, so it's moot.
Well, do you think it's okay for those people? And then it's like, okay.
We're not those people, and neither are you. Keep everything in the real world. We saw a meme that said, here's a hypothetical. What if this, and this? And then the response was, how about this hypothetical? You live in a society where plant foods are easily accessible to you at a reasonable price. You don't have to consume animal products. Would you continue doing it?
What are some of the benefits?
Whoa.
I eat it. Yeah, a bunch of people may think, oh, you guys are just spreading misinformation. We've heard of that a lot lately. We're spreading misinformation.
They usually say that with 0 sources. When we have like a dozen in our description and they go, no, it's all wrong.
Here's the thing, guys. This is YouTube. You can say whatever you want. We do our very best at researching and looking up everything that we talk about. We want to cover all our bases. We know that we're going to get pushback. It is up to you to take this information and sit down on your computer and look up some stuff. And if you're in doubt about the health aspects, the environmental aspects, the carbs and the fats and all that, there is one true fact that remains, and that is when you sit down to eat a piece of steak or a piece of chicken, you are intentionally consuming an animal who had to die, who suffered and was tortured throughout its life just because you wanted to. How needless is that? For an animal to die just so you can poop it out. That's kind of shitty. No pun intended. We were meat eaters for 25 years. I mean, 26 for me, 31 for you. We know what it's like. We were there. It's not like we were born vegan and, you know, we've learned all this stuff and we feel better as vegans.
There's this notion out there that when you eat vegan, it's not enjoyable. Like you have to suffer through this crap food in order to save animal lives. It's not true. So go forward in your vegan journey, plant your vegan seeds, and remind your doubtful non-vegan friends and associates it's not a zero-sum game.
So if you guys like this video, please hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't yet, subscribe. And we will bring you a bunch more recipes and vegan adventures in upcoming videos. Don't forget to check out our Etsy store. We are putting together some new shirts and still designing. It's a process. That it?
I think that's it.
Bye.